Hello. Hello indeed. How are you?
I am tired. I am tired, but I don't know, reinvigorated by all the networking and new relationships and idea sharing down in Richmond. But yeah, I mean, Virginia State Society of Association Executives Fall Conference complete.
Tick. Yeah, big tick. I actually haven't been to bed yet since I came back from
Oh, poor Andrew. I guess I shouldn't
the
complain about being tired.
yeah, you're like, oh, I'm so tired. I had a 2 hour drive. I had like a 15-hour flight. Oh my God.
Well, you're an international man of mystery. This is the price you pay.
That is true. Oh my God,
This
yeah.
is
I'm
the
like
price
the
you
I'm
pay.
I'm like the Austin Powers of associations.
Um,
Nope.
I
No? Yeah. Oh, so it's a good trip. I enjoyed it. I thought it
it
was,
was a
yeah,
good trip.
it
It
was a
was a
good trip. It
good
was a good
trip.
conference. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm a big fan of the state societies. You know, they bring a different vibe, a smaller
Different dynamic.
atmosphere.
Yeah.
I would say a different demographic of associations and association staff. You get kind of more diverse staff versus just the exec.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
and I enjoyed our group. We got to deliver a couple sessions, pretty different in their topics, but great reactions all around. What were your thoughts on our performance?
Well, sublime. Uh, from sublime to ridiculous.
I
No,
guess I can take off my badge. I guess I can take off.
yeah, I think we can. I think we know who you are. I think, yeah, we're done with that now.
Oh, don't be so
Although,
dismissive.
didn't I have a, didn't I, I'm
You
looking at
threw
my
yours
desk here.
away.
No, no, no. Didn't you give me didn't I have a
I
coaster
gave
or
you a
something?
coaster, I thought,
Oh, yeah. Must be on my desk somewhere. I don't know, but
out
I've
of your
got a nice book.
tchotchke bag. You learned what the word tchotchke means.
Got a book. Yeah, I got a book. Anyway, yeah, it was good. I thought the sessions went well. So we ran two sessions on, oh no, you've got both of them. You've got mine as well, have you?
No, I only have one because I gave you one. I
Okay.
have my coaster, my VSAE coaster. So tchotchkes, gonna use this on my desk right here. There we go.
Cool. So we ran two sessions. In the morning, we ran a session on strategic planning, how to develop and define and deliver an exceptional strategic plan. I I was you're right. The audience was really engaged, which I love. It makes it so much easier to talk to a group of people who actually want you to be there and want to listen to what you've got to say, which is lovely, and want to give back to the conversation during the session, and that really helped a lot. There's a few revelations in that session that surprised me. I was like, my eyes were popping a wee bit.
Oh, how
Um,
do tell.
well, when we started, the session, and we just asked the questions, who's got a strategic plan, is your board strategic? And when we asked, and I assume everybody, conducts an annual review of your strategic plan, and nobody put their hand up. That blew my
Nope.
mind. That blew my mind. I was like,
Yeah.
right, okay.
Yeah.
Um, and more fool me, perhaps. I mean, perhaps I was, maybe I'm not realistic. Perhaps I have made assumptions that people are doing that, but
Well, I
evidently,
was equally surprised when we asked who in the audience was doing board orientation and board training. And I would say less than 15% of the audience raised their hands on that. So some
hmm,
of the things that we perceive as standard or best practice or obvious aren't
yeah,
necessarily seeping down into the everyday practice. And neither of those things are necessarily easy. They have to be intentional. You have to carve out time on the agenda. You have to plan for them. Um, but yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised by that too. I was most surprised by your statement that when board members don't read their material in advance of the board meeting, you ask them to leave the room.
yeah, I do.
Are you just playing tough? I can't even actually, you don't really do that.
Yeah, I have done. Yeah, I have done.
Is this, how did it go? How did it go over?
Well, it's not a comfortable experience. It's not a pleasant experience.
Yeah.
But the reality is, yeah, I spend I have spent a lot of time and effort producing board papers, defining business models, doing the research, gathering the data. Somebody rocks up to the meeting, a decision-making meeting, and tells me that they've just read the papers on the train. Not only is that hugely disrespectful to the amount of work that, I and colleagues have done, but it also demonstrates a distinct lack, quite frankly, of the understanding of their role, and therefore I can't really trust that individual's
Yeah.
decision-making ability because
Yeah.
they've read it, in 20 minutes on the train on the way down. So yeah, no, I've done it, and like I say, it's not made doesn't make for it doesn't make for a pleasant moment, but you know,
Well, that's what I loved about our session was we don't just talk about strategic planning in these big generic terms. We actually dive first into board awareness and appreciation for their roles not only in governance, their roles in strategic planning,
yes.
and how that sets such a necessary foundation for something as important as strategic planning. So
And and and
I
and,
enjoyed our
and
conversation.
and I wasn't surprised when you said, oh, when perhaps only maybe 15% said they give the board's induction. I wasn't surprised on that one.
No,
Um
no.
and I think you know the session, I mean, what do you think? In that room there was what, maybe 20 associations represented
I
in that
counted 20.
space?
Oh, you're right. There was about 25,
About
26
20.
people, but I think there were a
Yeah.
couple duplicates.
Yeah, so 20 associations, so maybe yeah, 15, 18 of them
Yeah.
um pretty much echoed the problems that we encounter, and we talk about on this pod constantly, about that directors, board trustees, appreciation of roles and responsibilities, and it's um the
We
age
did
old
hear,
headache of they get stuck in the weeds and I don't know how to get them out of there again,
yeah. It's what I actually love about post-COVID in-person conferences is that there's some level of I don't know, anonymity or therapeutic sharing. We always hear the worst horror stories
People just
when we
love to
meet
open their
people at these
hearts to us.
conferences. They just give. They open up and they give. And
What
I guess
therapy?
with no name under your little headshot, on the Zoom call when you're in a room, no one really knows who you are, who you work with.
That's right. Yeah, that's true. This is a
Um,
good point. Yeah, they don't. I can't
yeah.
look at someone and see what their email address is. Absolutely. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, we heard some horror stories. We got to have some, I think some good conversations around for next first steps for some of these organizations. And it was interestingly followed by our afternoon session, our second session around partnerships and
Yeah. Yeah.
engaging partners, what the modern partnership relationship looks like. And it was interesting how that takes such unique forms for different organizations, what people are getting from their partnerships, what their partners are expecting in return. That was not a topic that I thought would be as hearty and interesting and have such an engaged audience in the topic.
Yeah. I mean, we took a different tact on that. We did more of a round table, which was a nice
Yeah,
change, a nice different, a different way of doing things. And it's funny. I've been reflecting on it since, uh, and I think there's many different interpretations of partnership just in that relatively small sample of the sector. The number of definitions of partner, there was probably twice as many definitions as there were people in the room,
I
and
agree.
you know and I thought, my goodness, this is, and it was
Which is the
everything
danger
from,
and the
yeah.
potential. That's the danger and the potential of this I guess, genre of revenue, of value, of, engagement. I don't know. There's so much potential, but
Oh,
no
huge
one
amount of
really,
potential, but yeah, but there
yeah.
was, sorry, there was a red flag for me was, crikey, we just need to make sure that whatever context you're talking about it in, make sure that you explain that to the opposite, to the opposite member of this partnership, because potentially you could be talking about two completely different things.
Well, and everyone else in your organization so that we're not setting a new course with each partner we talk to.
Yes, that's
We
right.
have some understanding of what partnership looks like. Each different department knows what type of arrangements and relationships they are supporting and building. Yeah, it can become, I use the term overgrown garden when I talk about a variety of things in associations, but it can become an overgrown garden of its own, I've come to
Yeah.
discover.
Indeed, indeed. But good. It was good fun. It was
But
good,
we
stimulating
got to road
conversation.
trip. We
Yeah.
got to road trip. You got to live in an airport for a while. We listened to classic rock, and I learned that you sing along to every song.
I
Um,
do, don't I?
you do, you do. You sing to every song, which it makes me appreciate that you appreciate, American classic rock, but
American rock.
you,
You're listening
you
to
do.
97.101 FM, downtown Richmond. It's like, okay. But you know
Oh,
what? Oh, go on, go on. What were you
well,
going to
we
say?
also learned that we love Asian fusion Mexican taco
Oh my
bars.
God. Who knew that? What was it? I can't remember what it was called. I can't
It
remember. What
was
was it?
called Wong Valdez.
What
Wong
was it?
tacos. Yeah,
Oh my God. It was
it was so
amazing.
good.
It was
It was
so
so
good.
good.
If you are in Richmond, I highly recommend the Asian Mexican restaurant. It was fantastic.
It was amazing. And it was
Yeah.
right next to the fancy restaurant that we couldn't get into. And so we
Yeah.
went next door and we
Yeah.
had the best time.
Yeah. It was amazing. And then I must admit, when I found out that I was delayed last night, and I wouldn't be leaving till 1 in the morning,
Oh,
I was feeling a bit crestfallen. But then when I checked in, the lady at check-in said to me, "Oh, you've just got your Delta Gold status, Mr. Chamberlain, so you can go into our lounge." I was like,
there you
oh
go.
yes,
So you made
seven
it. You've made
seven
it.
hours of free booze. It was. I think it was good.
I think. All right. So you've hit your status early. This is great.
Mm.
I'm still chasing my next United level, but we'll see how the rest of the year goes. But yes, it was great to see you. Thanks for coming all the way over the pond to uh,
Always a pleasure. Always a
to
pleasure.
join me for this. Thank you to Terry
Yeah,
Monroe and the VSAE team, all the new and long-standing relationships and friends in the association space that we got to see. Have us out to your state society. We love making new friends and chatting about new topics.
I'm
People
not getting
can't
any
seem to get
sleep.
enough of our banter, even though they somehow think it's scripted or something. I'm like, no,
Do
we
you know?
really don't like each other. This is
I
it.
think, well, this is it. I think they do. I mean, I've had a couple of emails today, and they signed off. Love your banter. Like, my God, when were we bantering? We were
I
arguing. I
don't
don't remember
know.
bantering.
I thought we were just challenging each other and calling each other on mistakes. And I don't know,
Do
I
you know? I
did
think,
harass you a little bit.
yeah, but I think that one woman thought that we were married.
What?
Well, the way you were talking to me, she thought,
The way I was talking to you. Oh, you mean how mean
yeah,
I was being to you?
yeah.
Maybe we should set up a GoFundMe for Andrew and his therapy and oh
Oh
dear.
dear. Good times.
Well, it was good times. It was good times. I will toast my Wong Tacos glass to you this weekend, and I'll see you in Illinois in a month or so when we get to speak to another organization. Good times
Indeed. We'll be back next week with a proper episode where we're
with a
actually
proper
talking
episode.
with some substance. But we
Yeah,
just wanted to check in this week.
I wanted to do this from the road, from the car, because we got such great response to our 100th episode, kind of the behind the scenes director's cut podcast, and you refused to record in the
Oh
car, and
yeah.
I don't.
Oh no, hang on, hang on. In fairness, you're right, I did, because I was like, there's no way. I'm so tired. I can't be entertaining. And in fairness, I mean, you did say to me, "Oh, I'm glad you're with me. Otherwise, I'd be falling asleep." So I
But if we
don't
were
think you would be
podcasting,
pardon your best.
well, and also I know you're concerned about my driving, so neither of us really were able to focus. So good thing we waited. We got home. We're safe. We're focused. We can retrospectively highlight that those great sessions, the great people we met, and I wish you a great week.
Right back at you.
Oh, wait, until next time, put your members and your mission first.